Hello everyone out there, this is Alexander F. Onilere from Kellybon Crypto asking, where the hell is the Trump pump? Is the bull run over? Is the 4-year crypto cycle over? Why was I so down in the dumps in the last week when I heard that there might never be an alt season? I was like a heartbroken teenage girl who just broke up with her first love, and I'm still heartbroken. The fear index is at the all-time high, and I'm one of the major contributors to it. Is it true that there are just too many tokens in the market compared to 2020, 2021? And does that mean that no one token can pump because there are too many meme coins courtesy of Pump.fun on Solana? Tariffs that Donald Trump is throwing at us hasn't done anything so far.
Breaking news, President Donald Trump just announced that the 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico will officially start March 4th, 2025. Last time he implemented this, we saw a market dip.
Altcoin Daily there telling us that the tariffs are going ahead from as of March the 4th because of this Trump. I mean, Cryptocracy sort of talking about the Trump's tariff and is using it as a negotiation tactics. I mean, this is what she says about it.
Tariffs are simply taxes on imports, and they are often used as short-term negotiation tools. So why does Trump want tariffs? Here's the deal. Fed Chair Jerome Powell hasn't started lowering interest rates like Trump wanted to weaken the dollar and lower interest rates. So what's in it for us as crypto investors? Well, when the US dollar weakens and interest rates fall, risk assets like Bitcoin and crypto skyrocket.
She also mentions Jeff Park's Trippin Dilemma.
Triffin Dilemma refers to challenges faced by countries whose currencies serve as the world's reserve currency. The US dollar is the world's reserve currency, which means a lot of countries hold dollars as reserves. This gives the US an advantage in that we can borrow money at cheaper rates than other countries. However, the problems that arise is since other countries need US dollars for international trade, it causes the dollar to become overvalued. And when the US dollar is too strong, it makes US exports more expensive, and it forces the US to keep running trade deficits, which means it forces the US to buy more than it sells in order to keep up with international demand for the dollar worldwide, which is not sustainable long term. Okay, so how can the US maintain its advantage of borrowing money at cheaper rates while also avoiding an overvalued currency and having to constantly run trade deficits? By using tariffs.
And if you understood that, you're a cleverer person than me. Paul Barron, however, from Paul Barron Network, sees a sea of changes, golden age of US digital assets. And this is what he says about it.
There is a new sheriff in town. We are seeing an evolution change right before us in the financial architecture of the United States. It's all being driven around blockchain. And I think the digital asset field is going to be at the front of everything. Now, with all these tariffs and the flux that the Trump administration is also inflicting on the market. But at the same time, I think the key here is it's very early. And I think the fact that we're seeing not a complete market meltdown across any of these, we are going to see a next generation of where a lot of this kind of that golden age that Trump talks about quite a bit.
Where is this golden age of US digital assets? Where is it? In reality, aren't all these utility layer 2, layer 1 coins memes anyway? Because what do most of them do? The Australian bloke from Coin Bureau has this to say about that. Take a look at this clip.
If you think about it, this has been true of most altcoins. And this ties into another much bigger crypto factor that's been causing altcoins to underperform. And that's the fact that there has been a growing supply of altcoins relative to the current crypto demand. And this so-called altcoin dilution is believed to be the primary reason why most cryptos have been underperforming so far. Around 40 million tokens have been launched on the biggest chains since the 2021 bull market. They've been sucking liquidity from other altcoins.
In a more positive outlook, BlackRock CEO was in Abu Dhabi trying to prepare or help Abu Dhabi's governors to start a Bitcoin reserve.
Abu Dhabi is buying hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. They didn't want to make this public. They had to make this public that their sovereign wealth fund bought $436 million of Bitcoin ETFs in Q1. Seems like BlackRock has been facilitating this. Like, I don't think the market has fully priced in the long-term effects of BlackRock endorsing this.
See, while I was saying on BlackRock, they're also pushing the RWA narrative. They had a Ondo event or Ondo conference, I think, in New York. We know the Trump family is going all out with Ethereum, yet Ethereum is still about 2,700. We got all the kind of crypto crowd in Washington, D.C. hodling Bitcoin and ETH. Anthony Pompliano said so much on CNBC. Take a listen.
But I think that the more important thing for Trump and his administration is that they all actually own these assets. If you go through the cabinet, if you go through a lot of the nominations, they own Bitcoin.
I'm now with a new commissioner or governor for the SEC, Hester Pierce. She's pulling back on all the previous attacks on crypto.
Can we give people at least the ability to try to launch a project? And that can sometimes run into the securities laws as we've applied them. And so people who are buying the tokens have some sense of what they're buying while Congress is working and while we're working on rulemaking.
Under the last administration, a lot of crypto companies had real difficulty registering with the commission.
Well, I do think that we need to do more than just tell people they can come in and register and then when they get here, shut the door, which has been sort of the past practice. So I'm hoping we can have a practice where people can come in and talk to us and we can think about when registration is necessary, and if it is necessary, are there accommodations that we need to make using the tools that Congress has given us?
Still no pump. Senator Loomis Senator Loomis was asking the Fed's commissioner if he could promise that there will be no more debanking by the Fed, and if there's any kind of debanking, can he promise to sack whoever is promoting this sort of behavior?
Do you commit to disciplining or removing any staff that are found to have engaged in debanking activity, furthering Operation Choke Point 2.0, or other misconduct?
I can't make an open-ended commitment to remove anybody, but I will tell you that I am struck, and my colleagues and I are struck by the growing number of cases of what appears to be debanking, and we're determined to take a fresh look at that. So I thank you for that.
The US Senate tried to delve into what's next for crypto. Even with this positive news, still no pump. I think Barclays Bank, my nemesis, has bought about 130 million worth of Bitcoin as part of the reserve.
Barclays, one of the world's leading banking institutions, has made a substantial investment in the digital asset space. The bank now holds 2,473,064 shares of BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin ETF, known as IBIT. This makes it a significant institutional holding in the largest Bitcoin ETF by assets under management.
So this kind of MicroStrategy thing is happening for everyone, but still no pump. GameStop, another is putting like maybe 3 or 5% into Bitcoin. Don't quote me. All this is making my move to UAE a bit difficult because I don't want to go there with just enough money. I want to go with too much money. But this dumping is making it difficult. But meanwhile, Hong Kong says any Bitcoin millionaire can come in and show their Bitcoin as proof of wealth to get a permanent visa, so to do business there. So that at least would attract a lot of people like myself to go over there. Not that I'm a millionaire, don't quote me, to go over there and do business. Though I prefer Singapore, to be fair. So how can we go forward? What's the next move? What doesn't help people like President Milei of Argentina copying the Trump and Millennia coin? People make millions and they rug pull. So you see, with all that happening, how can we go forward when we still have kind of that FTX syndrome in the marketplace? Do we all need to talk about Wintermute and other so-called market makers? Aaron DeShena of Coin Bureau has his take on it.
Ethereum, Bitcoin being targeted for this dump, in my opinion. It makes me question, what is the real end goal here for these market makers? When I think about all of the bullish things that are on, and yet the markets keep dropping. Ethereum was looking great and completely primed for a breakout to the upside. And then all of a sudden, we just got rugged. Something just feels really weird right now. It just seems like a coordinated attack on a couple of cryptocurrencies, yet some are spared.
Could this all be a random liquidation of longs and shorts? Me, I'm not so sure. I'm ready to capitulate after your early run. Where is this golden age of US digital assets? Where is it? Until next time, when I've calmed down and taken a few tablets, this is Alexander F. Onileri from Caliban Crypto. See you next time.